You're about to discover one of the most profitable launch sequences in the entire history of digital marketing. This has literally resulted in hundreds of millions of dollars worth of sales over the last decade. And you're getting a marketing education today that's worth $2,000 for free. I'm really excited to share this with you, so grab a pen and paper. You will want to take notes during this. Welcome to ProfitCopilot.com. My name is Mick Meaney, and this is all about helping you to get better results online. So today I am going to share with you for the first time the mass control style launch sequence. Mass control was of course created by the legendary Frank Kern, and I'm going to add my own unique perspective and twist, and I've updated it a little bit because it is about 10 years old, and it originally cost around $2,000 back in the day, and it's not even on sale anymore. So today is a really valuable presentation on Profit Copilot. This is completely based on my own notes, and it's not the entire mass control training. I mean, that would take hours and hours to go through. This is a simplified version based on my own personal notes with my own unique twist that will help you to get up and running as quickly as possible. Now, mass control style launches work so well because they flip the script. Instead of pitching straight away, instead of asking people to buy from you when they don't even know you, mass control flips things around, so it makes people desperate to buy from you because they feel like they know, like, and trust you. And you can make them feel like that by giving away stuff for free, and then people will be happy to buy from you because you've already demonstrated that you're the right person for them to deal with. Let's head to the computer and I'll run you through mass control. Okay, so here's a brief overview of what we're going to cover in this presentation. So the first thing I'm going to walk you through is the mass control style launch plan of attack. So we're going to have a brief overview of what's involved. Then I'm going to show you the 4 components of mass control, and then I'm going to give you some homework. Yep, there's some homework in this because I want you to benefit from this. I want you to actually use what I'm teaching you today so you can make more money. And when you implement this type of launch, it is ridiculously hard not to make money. So I'm going to walk you through everything that you need to know to get up and running. So the first thing that we need to do is set a launch date. Now, this does not have to be set in stone. It can be flexible because chances are it's probably going to change over the course of the next few days and weeks as we add more to this plan. So don't worry too much about it. Just write down a rough date some point in the future. Have a look at your calendar, and this will help make sure that we're not just wandering around aimlessly. We are actually sticking to some form of schedule, so we are progressing every day. So the next part of the plan of attack is to build an email list, and for this we're going to use lead magnets. The lead magnets that we're going to use are PDFs, videos, webinars, interviews, or workshops. You can use any one of these. I'm actually going to make suggestions about which one you should use at each stage of mass control. Then I want you to identify potential partners. So list the people that you like on board, the people that you'd like to work with, people who can help you promote your product. And then you're going to contact potential partners via email or phone, or you're going to FedEx them copies of your product. You're going to offer them high commission rates, and we can also offer them marketing tools such as PDFs, videos, webinars, interviews, and workshops. So that is the plan of attack. That's how everything looks. Let me close these up. This is the 4 components of mass control. So it's very simple stuff. What we need to do is trigger interest and desire for your stuff. Then we need to induce bonding and trust in our audience, and then we need to show them proof that our stuff works, and then we need to give them some examples so they can imagine using our stuff or benefiting from our stuff, which will then increase their desire to buy from us. So let's get down into each one of these. So to increase desire and interest, we would use PDF reports. I'm going to show you or give you some ideas in a few minutes about creating your first PDF report. So for the bonding and trust stage, we would typically use a webinar, and in addition to the webinar, we would have a before and after story. So perhaps a rags to riches story, something like that people can relate to. Remember, people are going to relate to your struggle, probably even more than they relate to your success. Because when we reveal the struggle, the before you achieve the results, the struggle is what people will identify with because they are probably in a similar situation. So on a subconscious level, when you show them your struggle, they will resonate with that, they will bond with that because you have achieved success, even though you were in this terrible situation and you figured a way out. So therefore, on a subconscious level, they think, well, hey, if this guy did it, maybe I can too. Then the next component of mass control is to deliver proof, and we can do that through interviews or case studies. So you would talk to people who have used your product, people who have achieved the results using the method that you're revealing, or you can look at your case study students and show off their stories as well. The next component, the final component of mass control, is samples. So this is where you could use a video preview of you using the course or using your method. Something that helps your prospects see themselves in that position, themselves using your training. So there are the 4 components of mass control. I told you that I was going to simplify everything. So your homework now is to list out a few ideas for a special report. And remember, this connects with the desire component of mass control. So here's an idea for that. So you could use this angle. List the most common mistakes that people make in your niche. So maybe the 5 or the 7 or the top 10 common mistakes that everybody makes about your niche. And then you would show them how to solve those mistakes, and then list the problems that your offer, whatever you're going to sell, solves. Remember, at this stage, we are not pitching. We're just increasing the desire for your product. No pitching is done at the moment. And then, as part of your homework, I want you to decide on a finish date to have this special report done and dusted. The next piece of homework that I want you to do is to outline your story. Create your before and after story. Don't bullshit, keep it true. And then I want you to decide on a finish date for that story. And this is going to correspond with the bonding and trust stage of mass control. So that could be done through a webinar. You can use video if you want to, but webinars and video, maybe audio, would do just some way that they can get a sense of who you are and your personality. And then the next piece of homework I've got for you is to get case studies, get some proof. So it corresponds with the proof component of mass control. So I want you to find your students' stories. It's great saying that your students have achieved X, Y, and Z, but each one of your students has got a story to tell of their own. So here, you can bring them on board for interviews. You can share their story because that will help connect with your audience. Or if you don't have any case study students to work with at the moment, you can give away free access in exchange for reviews, in exchange for those stories. So you could offer a segment of your existing list free access in exchange for a review, or you could do a little bit of advertising, maybe on Facebook or on forums, offering free access to your training course, and then get those people to give you the reviews and the stories that you need. And again, decide on a finish date to finish this portion of mass control. And your next piece of homework is to find one piece of actionable information that you can share with your audience. So this is the part that corresponds with samples. So there's a couple of ways you can do this. There's maybe 3 ways. So you can give them a piece of information that is immediately useful, something that helps them to move the needle just a little bit instantly. Or you can offer useful information but incomplete. Now, Jeff Walker is a master at doing this kind of content because it works so well. So you can offer something that is actually useful, that they can get benefit from, but to really maximize the results or to really use it properly, they need to upgrade to a full version or buy your course, or you could use a hybrid version. And that's actually the type of thing that I do a lot in my business. So what I do is I give them some immediately useful information that they can take and use, and then I show them more of what to do, but I do hold a little bit back because I only want the people who are serious about building their business to become my students. So I use the hybrid method, and of course again decide on a finish date for this piece of content. And then the final piece, so I want you to list the people you'd love to work with in your niche. These can be anybody. They can be the biggest names. They can be just someone that you think you will resonate with and get along with. Just list out all the people that you would love to work with. Then I want you to create a web of potential JV partners by listing who knows who in your niche. I want you to connect the dots between people. Now, you're not going to approach everybody in this list. I mean, not everybody is going to respond to you if you did, and that's okay. We only need a few people to get on board and support us, and we can do really well from the launch. That's fine. Now, if you don't know anybody in your niche, or if you're completely new, then list your competitors. Just find the people who are doing what you're doing and list them out too, and they will probably make good business partners or JV partners for you in the future. So that is it. That is all the components that we're looking at the moment for this mass control launch. Let me run you through everything again so you can see just how much stuff we've covered in a short space of time. So we've actually done quite a lot of work today, and I know it hasn't really felt like it. So you've got to set a launch date, build that email list, identify partners, contact potential partners, and then the types of content that you need to create for your lead magnets and pieces of content to deliver to your list and to your potential JV partners, interest and desire through PDF reports, bonding and trust through video or webinar, of course making use of storytelling in that. The next piece of content is proof through interviews and case studies, and then we offer samples through video previews, or we can give free access to a slimmed down version of our training course or product. And then your homework, as listed here, I want you to write down a few ideas for a special report that triggers desire. There's a few angles that we can use from that. The most effective one might be to list the common mistakes. Then I want you to outline your story for the bonding trigger. Next, you have to find case studies to deliver proof. And then finally, you have to create one piece of actionable information to deliver a sample. And that's it. Of course, we then have to decide who we're going to work with, but that comes a little bit later on. So for the moment, I would really put the big emphasis on these 4 points in your homework. Get those done as quickly as possible, and then move on to the last piece of homework to create a web of potential JV partners. Okay, so this is a great way to start, but if you want to take things to the next level, if you want more advanced ways to launch and sell your products, I'm going to give you those. If you want to see the rest of my notes about this method, and if you want other marketing methods that I've personally used in my business, I'm going to give them to you, including how to do a perpetual launch. So instead of making a whole bunch of money one time using the mass control launch sequence, you're going to make money over and over and over again for as long as you want. I'm going to show you how to do that when you go to profitcopilot.com/join. So I hope you found this useful. If you have, hit the like button below, subscribe to the channel too. I have got more stuff just like this for you. And remember to hit the little notification bell when you subscribe now, because that will notify you when I upload another video, which is probably going to be tomorrow. So thank you very much for checking this out. Hope you have a fantastic day, and I will see you again tomorrow. Take care.